Welcome to Second Chance Garage. Okay, there is what the board used to look like. Okay, it was a side of a waterbed. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I planed it. First I notched it together with a router and then wood glued it. And it's pretty solid. Then I planed it and planed all the nastiness off of it. Let me see if I can pull it. Show you the other side. This is the other side of it. And then I pull the boneheaded move because when I did this, I had talked to my brother. I had notched it wrong. I had a hump on one side. So he said, just flip it over. So I did, and I routed it, and I did it on the wrong side and wound up the same thing. So hooked up the table saw after I did that, and set a gap in my table saw. Got a roller over there, got a roller over here, and trimmed off the hump. That's the hump right there. I trimmed off. Okay, so I wanted it to I need minimum 8, and I couldn't believe it, but it measured 9 is what I figured I was going to come up with, and and she is exactly 9 all the way down. There's another spot about the middle of the board. So she turned out really good that way. The planning turned out good. Then I was going to take a router and router the edges, the router an edge on it. Probably this side because, well, there's a little knot there. I'm worried that if I try to router an edge on it, this knot is going to get the best of me and it'll probably pop out. So anyway, I don't know. I got to talk to my brother about that. See what he thinks, because see, there's a knot over here too, but it's more in one piece. And then, but yeah, I couldn't believe it came out that good. It's a shame that I screwed the thing up, because my overall length is supposed to be 11'6". Right. And I'll show you what we got. That is 11'4". Wow, 2 inches too short. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm still going to use it. Screw it. I don't care. I'm just painting it gray anyway. I'll have a 2-inch gap on this end up against the wall, but I'll cut me a 2-inch piece to slide in there and paint it gray. Nobody will ever see it. But I was going to router an edge on this, but like I said, I got to talk to my brother. I'm going to paint the whole thing gray. I was going to stain it, but the reason why I'm not staining it is because, as you can see, the grains don't match at all. Yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and then see, I got like some putty filler I got to fill in here and in these cracks and stuff, but I got a little spot here. But in general, I think it turned out way more awesome than this board right here, and that's the other side of it. This is actually a piece of the board that I cut off right here. That right there is one of the pieces, and then hang on a minute, I'll show you. Oh, that's not the one. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Okay, hang on. Great. I will eventually get this flipped over. There, see? This is how I did it. This is what my brother told me to do. I'd never done it, but that's what I did. Did it with a router. See, it took a chunk out of this, but it didn't matter because I wasn't using that one anyway. The board was a little extra long. But yeah. And then what I did was I started out here. I figured out that if I start out here and work my way in, and then I had a board clamped out here, so the router could only go to this section here. And then I did that to get a nice square cut. I did the same thing with my circ saw. I snapped it out to here, marked it, and got a good square cut on it. And used it for a fence. But anyway, yeah, it's 2 inches too short, but it'll be up against the wall and nobody will ever see it. I'll just cut another piece and paint it. But I gotta talk to my brother about those knots and see what he says about routering an edge on them. So then I'm just gonna paint it gray to match the fireplace. Like I said, I was gonna go with the wood grain, but the wood grain don't match. So anyway, that's where I'm at. If you like it, subscribe. Second Chance Garage out.